Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 20, we will present Nando's Malaysia Production Planning and Control.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Faez. I will present about the methodology. First and foremost, we has some email to Nando's company to arrange some meeting with them after a few weeks. An interview session was held there with the manager of the Nando's, which is also the co-owner of the Nando's branch. The interview question were constructed to gain needed information about the food industry. At the end of the project, a proper discussion will be made. There are 5 performance objectives which are common to all operations. These include dependability, speed, flexibility and the cost. Nando stress on excellence. This is embedded in their promise section of the menu. In the promise, Nando say that nothing is more important than keeping a promise, and the symbol of Escudo is a sign of integrity, passion, pride and courage. This is a promise by Nando's to give the customer the excellent flavor and quality that would expect. It is important to add that every service sector company should strive to attain excellence. The survival of this type of business depends on the people's opinion. As such, it is very essential to this kind of companies try their utmost best to keep customer satisfaction level high. This could either be in the way producing the best quality plate of the food that a customer has ordered in the shortest time possible. This will reduce the waiting time by the customer, but still leave the customer with the excellent feeling of satisfaction of consuming good or service. Operation management is responsible for designing, redesigning and overseeing business operation. It focuses on the process of producing and distributing goods and services eventually. Operation management makes sure that business operation use as little resources as possible to produce the most resources as possible. It also has to be as efficient in the sense that it has to make sure that the customer requirements are met.
Hi, my name is Azimah A175346 and my metric number is A174562. I proceed with Nando's policy and procedure. There are 3 policies that have been highlighted in Nando's Malaysia website, which are personal data protection, whistleblowing policy, and anti-corruption policy. For personal data protection, Nando's is committed to protect and respect their customers' privacy. This privacy policy outline on how Nando's will use, retain, and handle any personal data that the customers give to them, along with the terms and conditions that govern in their website. The data that have been collected may include personal information that can be used to identify the customer, such as the first and last name, email address, postal address, telephone number, and date of birth. Next, for whistleblowing policy, it is intended to give employees and members of the public the freedom to report any improper behavior, such as misconduct or criminal offense involving Nando's. Through this platform, all real concerns raised by employees and by other members of the public, including stakeholders involved in a business connection with Nando's, will be treated responsibly, professionally, and favorably. For anti-corruption policy, it is to provide information and practical guidelines to the directors and employees of Nando's to ensure that they are strictly obey to all applicable laws, regulations and rules, including the Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2009 and Nando's Code of Ethics, Business Practice and Conduct Policies and Procedures. In order to ensure or expedite the completion of a routine action by an officer of a public body or organization, Nando's shall not promise, propose or agree to make or offer facilitation payments to such an official. Any such request for facilitation money should be immediately reported to the CEO or the immediate superior.
Hi, I am Fatin Nurizzatie. Will proceed to the organizational structure of Nando's company. The association's organizational structure has an impact on Nando's way of life and even his performance, given that Nando's is a cafe and that their way of life is distinctive. Every member of the staff was reliant on their specific work. The manner in which Nando's typically conducts business effectively demonstrates its organizational structure, level of control, departmentalization, and formalization. There are 3 levels of hierarchy in the organizational chart, which is manager, assistant manager, and restaurant crew. Firstly, managers are responsible to plan and manage local store and national marketing activities, continuously enhance restaurant performance through building sales, evaluating expenditures, and pursuing cost-saving measures. Secondly, assistant managers responsible for the delivery of sales and profit as per restaurant target work alongside restaurant manager to forecast, plan and deploy labor appropriately, and manage labor costs to target. Support restaurant manager in creating and delivering a sustainable business plan that is aligned to the regional plan and Nando strategy. Lastly, the restaurant crew responsible to constantly serve and check on the customer in a professional and friendly manner. Focus and be attentive to customers' requests. Ensure the cleanliness of the restaurant and also assist in the preparation of food. Executive and the correspondence shape culture, resulting in a better culture and more powerful structures. The operation of the association and its current situation are fundamentally dependent on authoritative structure and culture.
Product flow. It will describe the supply chains, defective ingredients, and flow process for service Nando Malaysia. For the first part, supply chains. The product flow in the supply chains used by Nando's Malaysia is the purchase order to the supplier. One of the company that collaborate with Nando's Malaysia is Heavy. Based on the respondent, different Nando's outlet in Malaysia will have different delivery times. For the second part is defective ingredients. Based on the respondent, the manager on duty can reject and return the defective ingredients to a supplier as soon as they receive the product. If the ingredients are already in use, the manager on duty must discharge the defective ingredients immediately and record it in the form. Product flow. It will describe the supply chains, defective ingredients, and flow process for service Nando Malaysia. For the first part, supply chains. The product flow in the supply chains used by Nando's Malaysia is the purchase order to the supplier. One of the company that collaborate with Nando's Malaysia is Heavy. Based on the respondent, different Nando's outlet in Malaysia will have different delivery times. For the second part is defective ingredients. Based on the respondent, the manager on duty can reject and return the defective ingredients to a supplier as soon as they receive the product. If the ingredients are already in use, the manager on duty must discharge the defective ingredients immediately and record it in the form. For the third part is flow process for service in Nando's Malaysia. There are a few steps of power to wow that have been used by Nando's Malaysia to maintain good service for their customers, such as warm welcome, where they will greet the customer with full energy and a sunshine smile. Second, make customer feel at home. They will assist customer to make order by scanning the QR code on the tables and payment method.
After our meeting with Nando, there are 4 questions that we asked about problems that might occur in their restaurant. The first question is about fights among employees, where Nando's solution is to listen to both parties and find the root cause and resolve it in a professional manner. The next question is about customer complaint, where Nando advised the manager to do table management and service recovery as soon as possible, and also give meal voucher to the customer. The last 2 questions is about robbery and fire, where Nando's solution is to follow the standard practice. For robbery, Nando advised their worker to keep calm, no sudden movement, to cooperate and give what the robbery want, and to observe the apparent. After they have left, they should report to the line manager, brand manager, and call the police. For the fire, Nando advised their worker to know how to use the fire extinguisher. The recommendation I would give to Nando if I were a consulting agency is that they should heavily invested in social media marketing, because in 2021 alone, there are 4.26 billion people in social media, and getting a small percentage of each user to convert them to their customer can be a lot to the business profit. In the paper, show that the success of customer relationship management and customer loyalty through social media is largely dependent on the use of social media in restaurant. Also can be said that restaurant chain like Nando's, if were to have a high online review in their location, will likely to have a greater level of profitability. to show that the beneficial impact of online review, especially on social media, on the financial performance of a company.